Hello, hello, hello. As always, my name's Sean. You can call me Atlanta Vegas if you want to. Um, so today, what I wanted to do, if I have the time, I want to be able to go through Journey a second time. What I've heard from one of my friends, who's a good buddy of mine, told me that this game has some it's a hidden replay value, and I did notice it a little bit myself that you can replay some of the scenes, but I didn't think there was much more to it. But at the end of it, I really and what's another thing? Like some of the people who had played through the game and they had like a super long scarf, and what he had told me is that you can unlock something a little bit special. It's like a kind of like a skin, but I don't want to spoil anything just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start streaming, start playing, and you're just going to enjoy. That's what you're going to do. Nothing else. So we're going to listen here. I'm going to make sure all that's good. I don't like that being there. I love the music in this game. I'm going to turn it up. It reminds me a little bit of like a Ori and the Blind Forest a little bit, just with this kind of um, using the nature and the sounds of it and kind of getting the feel of that, and especially the violin. I love the use of the violin in like the tones of the game. So what we learned from our first playthrough is these are kind of like our gravestones. Um, it's kind of somber in a sense. You learn more about it later on. I'll tell you things as we go, but you know those are gravestones. Alright, just teaching me how to play and that kind of stuff. I find myself not using the six axis as much. I love when games integrate six axis control, but I never find it to be like super useful just because it's hard. It's never quite responsive as much as you want it to be. So I love the desert feel of this game. I love the sand movements as well. Everything kind of tracks to a reasonable degree. I mean, you can still see the sand I tracked. It doesn't really disappear. It kind of just continues along. So I guarantee if I took the time, I could make words in the sand. It probably wouldn't show up too well. See if I can write my name in cursive. The movement is very responsive. It's not clicky. I can control it as much as I want to. I don't need to force the control, or I don't have to lightly press it. But then again, this game's not really about sensitive movement. It's more, well, believe it or not, it's there. I wrote my name in cursive. That'll forever be there. So you sort of play a kind of like a wanderer. Um, you're kind of cast down from the top of this mountain. You're not sure what it's for. Um, but of course, since even though I beat the game, um, and this is my second playthrough, see that's the mountain where I was cast down from. Even though I was cast down from there, it it doesn't act like I just finished the game and my character knows. It just restarts entirely. So I guess the idea is that um, it kind of like a play on the title. Just it is a journey, and it's more about completing the journey and experiencing the story than it is about getting to the top of the mountain and that kind of stuff. Not to be like all Martin Luther King, that kind of stuff, but essentially that's what it is. It's a whole mountaintop journey. My friend Adam, who I was streaming with yesterday, was telling me that it's a good reference to. It's a good reference to. I think it was a poem. I'll have to find the exact poem that he had mentioned. Here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he mentioned a poem to me, and he read it, and word for word, it sounded exactly like Journey, the game. I also read a review about Journey, and it was beautifully written. So it seems that from that first receiving of the scarves or the pieces, you get a new emblem. That's your new emblem. Like, it's not necessarily based off of how many times you beat the game or how far you progress. Like, you can't look at one symbol and go, okay, that person's beat the game 4 or 5 times or something like that. It's a little bit random in that sense. But it also helps you identify where you're at, or if you progress. So when you beat the game, you're like, did I beat the game? Did anything happen? You'll see that symbol, and it means you've changed something. You'll see right up here, I'm about to cross over this little dune over here, on the left over here, and over there you'll be able to see the actual areas that I've been to. Like, they, at first when I started the game, they were locked, and they're no longer locked. So they're open, so I can access any part of the game I want to. But of course, I want to do it from beginning to end. I'm assuming just doing parts of it is not going to help me, because I want to find and get as much as I can. Because there's a small degree of collectibles that you could miss if you're not careful. So this is the first one right here. It shows us that the gravestones back there, those little things on the left side. I'll point on the left side. Those are the gravestones where I guess my people have died. So it's kind of scattered in the sand, and the gravestones are in a sense sticking out. But I got the thought as well that those gravestones have to be super long. Like, they have to be like miles long, because the shifts in the sands would mean, like, a lot of these, I can see how they're sunk in the sand. So it has to mean that these things are super long. Another thing that we'll see is you'll see ribbons coming out of the ground, and whenever it comes up, I'll tell you what I think what it means. But I have a pretty cool theory about it, just my own. I went by here last time. Last time I went by here, didn't really nothing really happened. It pushes. There is boundaries in this game, so yeah, it won't let you go absolutely anywhere. It's pretty expansive. Like, it'll let you walk around, and it'll let you sand surf almost anywhere, which is awesome. And this is another thing right here. So, though you can see I got all these little pieces, these little runes, I'm missing a few. I started out with only having like 3 of them, but as you can see, I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So there's still some stuff that I need to grab before I move forward. I'm trying to find. There we go. Hello, albino polar bear. Can you die? You can. I actually don't know the answer to that question, mainly because later on in the game there is something that can injure you. Your scarf, like, it does act as health in a small way, but you don't really get hurt in this game. There's only that one. They're like the statue kind of relic creatures in this game that come to life as you go by them, and they injure you, and your scarf gets shorter and shorter. And if you find more collectibles, your scarf gets longer and longer. I'll show you right here, actually. It's a perfect example. So that little white piece that I'm looking up right there, little floating piece, is going to extend my scarf and make it longer. So what that does for me is it means I can jump longer and hover longer and fly a little bit longer. So it essentially makes it easier to get across obstacles or just fly a little bit longer for for fun. But later on, whenever you do get attacked, you lose that scarf, and you only get it back by getting more of it. But you never get the scarf stuff that you had originally. Now, I never died. I got close to dying. I was too scared to die because I felt like if I was gonna die. By the way, that was an epic fail, me missing that thing. I felt like if I was gonna die, I was gonna restart. I didn't see any checkpoints or anything like that, so I didn't want to lose my progress. Okay, so see, it gets a little bit longer. So I think you can die in that one scene, and maybe it'll make you restart or push you back to a further checkpoint. But like I said, there's very little opportunities to die because I think this game is not really focusing on that. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. Like, in a way, there's no consequence. And I'm not a huge fan of a game without any consequences, but I do enjoy this story because it was beautiful to watch as I went. So long-winded answer, albino, a polar bear, is I don't think so. I can try it out though. I'm not afraid of that. There's not many areas where you can die, like I said. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab. It's gonna be up here. And you do those big AOE. It's like I'm not sure what that is. Those little pings. You can use it kind of for messages when you find other players, but besides that, it doesn't really have much of a use. I'm gonna put my hat. You guys saw my silly hair. Alright, so hold circle and you gather all these up. Essentially gives you extra little floaties. And that's where we move forward. Alright, so these are all already activated. I'm gonna let it kind of go now. So what it's showing, at least what I think, is that the mountain essentially is kind of like their god, and it sent down the seeds to be planted, built the trees, which made essentially what you are. And together, all these people, after they kind of built up, like the trees are growing and all that kind of stuff, they built their own societies, and they're kind of building their way up together. So that's kind of your history where it starts. So you're slowly building your own history as you go along. So whatever story is happening in this has already happened. You're just figuring it out. I'm not sure if your character actually knows what's happened already, because the main aspect of the game is that you play through it again over and over anew. So This is the first area I think you actually meet um, another player. This is usually it's a lot of fun, even though you can't chat with them and you can't figure out who they are until the last bit of the game. I think it's cool that they introduced a kind of a cooperative concept to the story, and I'll show you what it means. Yeah, I would honestly suggest it. Like, PS4 is doing a lot of like a pre-order system, where if you pre-order the game beforehand, you get a discount on the game, and it's not a huge discount. It's like 10%, 15%, whether you're PlayStation Plus or not, whatever. Which is awesome. The only thing I would suggest is that you check that the game has some PS4 concepts. Like Bastion's a good game, and it's $3, so I would suggest that anybody get it. But it has no concepts that make it unique to the PS4, so I don't see why I would want to play it off of my PC, or instead of just playing it on my PC. So I'm not gonna get that on my PS4. I don't feel like it's necessary, because the graphics is not gonna up itself from my PC. That's gonna be impossible. So I'd rather just play it on my PC and enjoy it that way. But this game, it uses the 6-axis, it uses the online play, a co-op type play, and I just enjoyed seeing it on the bid screen, especially because looking at these areas, they seem simple, but once you get closer to the sands, I love the look of the sands. I believe I uploaded like a video of just like me sand surfing for a solid like 10 minutes, and it was probably the funnest thing I've done in a game in a while, just because it's so beautiful. Like you feel like fucking Aladdin or some shit like that. The only thing I would say though before you buy it is it is a short game. Like it's pretty short. Like you could finish it in a solid hour, 2 hours. It's really just it's one of those games that you'll repeat over and over again, because it has so many like hidden things that you're not like. It has a lot of hidden things that they don't tell you about, but that you find. Like for example, on the top of those the little sand waterfalls is another collectible. So I mean, they don't tell you about that, but it's something. So I'm gonna go ahead and collect all these right here, and then use them to jump up there. And watch, it'll make my scarf a little bit longer. There we go. I think it's a scarf. It reminds me of a burqa, but it could just be a cape. So here's just another picture showing them that societies are being built. At least I think it looks like the sun's like they're crumbling a little bit, so this could be past tense or a little bit in the future. But to me, it looks like they're making buildings, like they're making the buildings that exist right now. Right, meow. You may catch me wandering around a little bit. All I'm doing is just looking for stuff that I've missed. So, I promise I'm not stupid. Not entirely, anyway. It's just because this game has, like, so many, like, things that blend in together, it's kind of hard to see certain things. On purpose, I'm sure. So we'll see how far we can go up here. We'll see if it'll let me go up here. Alright, I don't think it's gonna let me go past this area. I like how they actually use like the gravity, though it's like a very light gravity. It's very realistic in that like you're floating is naturally coming down and you slide and you hit the sand. And if you're getting pushed by the wind, it'll actually, and you'll feel it in the controller. It's hard to explain how it feels in the controller, but it actually feels like there's some resistance in the wind and all that kind of stuff. So it's very intuitive. This is one of those games I think is like made for developers, in the sense that developers will like the concepts that they use and want to use it in their games. One of my good friends that used to be my neighbor a while back used to love games like this because he liked the idea of liquid graphics, I think is the way he explained it. And it's like anything that uses a liquid form of anything to move you forward or to, like, as a core mechanic, he likes it. And I think I enjoy it too. So that little light at the bottom of my screen is just showing me there's another player in my game right now. So we'll see if we can find him. The big thing that's hard to do whenever you find another player is to talk to them, mainly because you can't. It doesn't show names in this game. They don't show any sort of text box. You can only ping, and that doesn't really work because there's no system of language. You can come up in your own head how you're gonna talk to them, but really it's just trying to get the other person to understand that you're trying to talk to them. This person probably just moved forward. It looks like they are. Maybe they're trying to. Sometimes you get players who just want to beat the game, and then sometimes you just get players who want to play with you, and that they want to show you where all the secrets are. I love just floating. Floating is fucking awesome. Oh, hello, new people. Hey, Marcus. I see you there. I see you there. I see you there spying on me. I like the musical score they use in this game. It's not too obnoxious. It's not very annoying. A lot of the games I've been playing have had really good music to background it, even like Rocket League, which is more like electronic music. Hold on just a moment. You knobbed on it? I don't know what knobbing on it means. Twisted it. Is that what doorknobs do? Do they twist? Is that?
I'm sorry. I saw.
No, it's just that my camera picks up all the sound.
Oh. For the viewers that are, I want to share the BLT. It looked that good. It's just, I know it's advertising.
What, the Arby's BLT? What is it?
Yeah, like it of course it didn't look. I know it's a commercial, but it looked that good. I was like, okay, man.
This guy's gonna move forward. I think I'm just gonna stick back. I wanna make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm gonna go this way. I hear something. No, I think it's another boundary. No, you don't really fight stuff in this game.
Find things.
I mean, there are a few collectibles. Not collectibles, but like they help you progress in the game a little bit easier by helping you jump longer. But I mean, look right now, I'm just fucking sand surfing. Like just because like the wind is pushing the sand in this direction, I'm able to sand surf with it. Not because of anything I'm activating, but just because that's the mechanic that they involve in the game. I think that's fucking cool.
Is that something you have? It's like something that's given to you because of the way the environment is.
Yeah. So now the bridges are created. Can't really see anything. I don't think I'm missing anything in this area. Though I probably am. I'm probably missing like a ton of stuff. See that? Is that something? Yes, that's the one I already got. I already got that one. It's my teammate who didn't get it. Go ahead and shine these real quick. Go ahead and shine these as well. I think this is the first time where you meet kind of like your, like, he kind of seems like a prophet, but I'm kind of imagining it's you, because the only person you confront, like, I mean, it's not you. I think actually it could be like the god that created you, but I think you become that because all the characters in these little hieroglyphs are white, so I imagine that's what you become. So it's showing right there that they developed, they used the powers that was given to them by the god to develop a transportation system and a power system. So the scarves that I wear and the power that I'm gaining is something that was made a while back. Because they're making communities, they're making societies. Whoa, I so do journey. I journey like today and yesterday and yestermorrow. It's Marcus. I don't know how I could tell it was you, Marcus. I think it's the username, not to give it away. But if you're trying to keep like a certain special secret name, that probably shouldn't be it. If anything, it should probably be like Sub-Zero Yo.
It's pretty good.
Is it good?
Good.
I mean, it's a BLT. I mean, how special can you make a BLT?
The damn commercial got me now.
What does it have on it? Is it bacon, lettuce, tomato? Is it really like special
Applewood
sauce?
bacon, like,
Applewood smoke. They always say that. I hate
no,
that.
but they fucking kick the shit out on it.
Or they just put like a lot of bacon on there. A lot of it.
A lot of bacon and a lot of that fucking apple shit, whatever.
I almost forgot about Yoser. It's been so long since I've heard the name Yoser.
You should say Xbox Gamer Tag too.
Yeah, like honestly, I forgot that you game. Like, do you know what video games are, Marcus? Video game.
It's like
Do you